title says it all. Today, I can rebuild using only players from the relegated sides. We're taking over with West Ham United, and at the end of season 1, I'm going to call it season 0, Southampton, Ipswich, Leicester go down. Those are the only clubs we can buy from in season number, let's call it season number 1. So this is the default starting 11 we're going to start off with at West Ham United. They finished way below expectations last year, so it's only right that we rebuild them for this one. But I've got my fingers crossed that throughout this video, we can get some massive clubs relegated. I'm getting stuck right in. With these relegated sides, especially in this first season, there aren't that many insane players, so I'm basically latching on to anybody who is decent. Luckily, the Danish goalkeeper Mads Hermansen actually turns out to be a decent upgrade in between the sticks. We're going to get a +1 upgrade for a guy that's only 24. That's worked out nicely. I can't guarantee we're going to get this lucky though for the entirety of the video. I take that back, fellas. We are going to get another upgrade to the squad. This time it's at the left back role. Leif Davis signing from Ipswich Town. Luckily, we don't have to sell to only relegation sides. Kurt Zouma's going to Liverpool. And I mean, I've essentially sold one here. Emerson going to Tottenham. I can't lie, fellas. Right now, I'm really enjoying this strategy. We get the Portuguese midfielder Matheus Fernandes into the club, signing on from Southampton at 24 mil. Luis Guilherme, the Brazilian midfielder, heading on loan to Hoffenheim for 2 years. And since we have Mads Hermansen in between the sticks, we may as well cash in now on Areola. The Frenchman heading to Wolverhampton, 7.5 mil. Coming into this video, this signing here seemed like a no-brainer. I was debating where I was going to fit him into the squad, but I think I've made my mind up. Amari Hutchinson will be a West Ham United player though. The English wonder kid signs from Ipswich, 19 mil. And I mean, part of my moves for getting Hutchinson more involved is getting rid of defensive midfielders. To be fair, I was planning on getting rid of Guido Rodriguez before I made this decision, but now it just feels even better justified. Tyler Dibbling lit up the Premier League the second half of the season, a real bright spark in a terrible season for Southampton, so I'm going to bring him into the club. I immediately plan on loaning him out, but I thought it was so valuable to get him on our books now. Get the advantage in our hands rather than another Premier League clubs. 2 loan moves here to round out the opening window. Sending Somerville to Sporting for 2 seasons, and as expected, we got a loan move for Dibbling. 2 years of tutelage under Jose Mourinho for Tyler Dibbling. This could go either way. It's a busy bloody start to life at the London Stadium, but you know what? I'm here for it. I don't know what this rebuild holds, but if we can have seasons like this, I'm very happy with it. Now we're just going to cross our fingers and hope that we're not one of the teams relegated. Because I guess if I get relegated, I'm going to have to sign players from the championship relegated sides. Let's not have that problem. All right. 1st of January, we are in this relegation battle. We are only 6 points clear of Burnley. This needs to be a big second half of the season. And I'm frustrated. We need help in the defense, but I was hoping some of the clubs had made big signings since I checked in the summer. There is no good centre-backs available. We're going to have to bite down and deal with the team we have right now and hopefully survive relegation. It wasn't pretty, but we're staying up. 38 points, 8 points clear. Forest, Burnley, and Bournemouth go down, and I'm excited about Forest and Bournemouth because I know for sure they have some good players on their books, so we might be able to... I'm so happy that Forest went down instead of Sheffield United because we would maybe be able to sign one player from Sheffield United, but from Forest, we could get some big guys in. I don't want to be down the bottom of the table for much longer though. I want to be up the top near where Arsenal are. Arsenal also in the FA Cup 4-0 over Coventry. 3rd round exit to Cambridge for us. That is shocking. Arsenal almost did a domestic treble. They lost the Carabao Cup final to Man City. Unfortunately, we lost to Arsenal in the semi-finals. Real Madrid win the Champions League, Dortmund the Europa League, and Fenerbahce Dibbling has won the Conference League. He's had a good year, but Füllkrug is not the man moving forward. I was debating upgrading at striker this year. He's scored 16 goals. It's a solid year, but that's like number 1 priority, honestly. Centre-back and striker next season. Jared Bowen, decent season for the captain. Lucas Paqueta, decent year. This team is such an interesting one, though, because there are so many positions where I don't know if guys are going to become superstars or are going to become expendable in a season. Dibbling, his first year at Fenerbahce, wins a Conference League and goes up to a 78 overall. That is exciting. Guilherme goes up +4 to a 75. And Somerville up to a 79. The future of the wings is very strong. We are about to lose so many players. Cresswell, Fotheringham, Danny Ings, Mikel Antonio, Lucas Fabianski, and Vladimir Kufal all retiring. That really does feel like an era of West Ham United saying goodbye. But we're done with season 1. Let's go see who we can sign in season 2. This is a no-brainer. As soon as I saw that this man was available, he had to be priority number 1. We were in desperate need of a star striker, and one has fallen into our lap in the shape of Brazilian striker Evan Nilsson. Had to pay a pretty penny for him, but it's worth it. 37.6 mil. You never know when superstars are going to come up in this type of a video. So when they do, just like Evan Nilsson, you take advantage. The Bournemouth double has been done. He's rumored with a move away in real life, but in this save still at Bournemouth, Dean Huijsen is joining us. We do need a backup goalkeeper though. Robin Rissa is the man for me, the Frenchman joining us from Forest. Thomas Soucek out of the club. Soucek heading to Bayern Munich for 12.5 mil. I was uncertain whether to sell Ward-Prowse, such a free kick specialist as a super sub, but I need the money, 12.5 mil for him. My next 2 signings are for guys that I think could be long-term answers for the starting 11. Firstly, in the defense, we are going for CJ Egan-Riley, signing him from Burnley for 17 mil, followed by Alex Scott, the centre midfielder from Bournemouth. Immediately getting them both loan moves though. CJ Egan-Riley goes to Aston Villa, whilst Alex Scott joins Eintracht Frankfurt. We ticked our 2 massive goals off the list this year. Star striker, solid centre back. This team is very well rounded again. I don't know what direction it's going to evolve. Compared to other rebuilds where I kind of have a game plan in the back of my mind, this really depends a lot on luck and who goes down and who is on those teams. But I think we should be nowhere near the relegation battle this year. This is one of the tightest relegation battles that I've seen in a long time. We finished 11th in the Premier League this year. On paper, very nice upgrade from what we've had. 46 points. You look at the relegation zone. Leicester on 38. There was 8 points between 18th and 11th. Frustratingly though, we might be in a bad position next year because Leicester, Sheffield United and Sunderland, they're the teams that go down. I can't imagine there being an excess of talent for us to buy from them. At one point there, Fulham and Everton will look like they were going down. That would have been so much better, but it is going to be Liverpool winning the league comfortably. Spurs win the FA Cup over Southampton. We lost to Bolton this year. Palace win the Carabao Cup, lost to Villa there. I do want us thinking about some sort of European qualification. If we get lucky with who we're able to buy next season, we might be able to make that jump up. Lazio win the Europa League, whilst the Conference League goes to Manchester United. Jarrod Bowen, we are in such a tough position because Jarrod Bowen's 30 years of age. He is 83, but if there is a big name player, I'm tempted to go and buy them in the right mid role. Evan Nilsson, he doesn't get any growth, but he does get 19 goals. Hutchinson definitely gets growth though, up to an 83 overall. Maxwell Cornet, super sub off the bench. Somerville coming back from his loan, +2 this year. Alex Scott, +2 on his year at Frankfurt. +3 for Luis Guilherme. +2 for Tyler Dibling. The future is looking bright. And Egan Riley goes up +2 to an 80. Just the one man leaving us at the end of the season though. I am not letting the contract of Kalen Casey get renewed. It's slim pickings. Can't lie. I predicted it. Slim pickings confirmed. Unless, one of these newly promoted sides sign somebody that can be a star player, my game plan for this year is to get rotational players and prospects in. I think that's a good backup plan if there are no superstars available. Think about the future. Signing a backup right back. Wan-Bissaka is not getting any younger. I don't know if Trey Hume is the answer, but for now it's a good answer. We signed him from Sunderland, £13.5 million. Ollie Arblaster is going to join us as a very handy backup centre midfielder. And an even better backup option when it comes to striker, Ukrainian Vladislav Vanat is going to join us to sit behind Evan Nilsson. That is brilliant. When it comes to selling players though, I'm going to make some pretty big calls. Maxwell Cornet, the super sub, not the biggest departure in the world, but still a significant man to lose. The big one though, Lucas Paqueta. I've decided that Alex Scott is going to be the man for me long term, at least for the next couple of years. Only one overall difference between them, but 6 years of age. It makes sense, fellas. Freddie Potts off on loan. That's not what I was expecting to see. But yeah, as I was alluding to, Paqueta heading to Manchester City. Time for the loan moves. CJ Egan-Riley heading south to Brighton. Tyler Dibling heads north to Newcastle. I'm not sure if this was the right club to send him to. I'm sending Trey Hume out on loan. Sending him to Atletico Madrid for the year. Curious to see how the former Sunderland man comes back. So this is the team we enter season number 3 with. Like I said, haven't been able to make too many additions to the starting 11. We do have about £60 million in the transfer budget still though, so I am ready if one of the 3 relegated sides makes a big move between now and then, which I can't see them having the pull, but it's good to have the options nonetheless. This is a nice peak so far, but there is still work to be done. 1st of January, 8th position. I want some sort of European competition. Champions League would be idealistic, but we're 7 points behind Man United. Well within striking range though of some sort, whether it's Conference League, Europa League, that is the goal. We're gonna get some business done here in the January transfer window. First things first is at the defense, at the centre back role. 82 rated Greek defender Konstantinos Koulourakis joining us from Leicester, followed by Frenchman Adil Alchiche joining us from Sunderland. What I'm gonna do though with Koulourakis is a 6-month loan move. He's still lower rated than Agur. I can see him becoming a starter next year, but for now, let's just send him 6 months at Brighton. Oh, our slow start to the season has cost us. We have a great second half of the year and finish 2 points out of Champions League football with the Hammers. 67 points. Europa League bound though for season 4. That is a nice step in the right direction. I care more about who got relegated more than who won the damn league. And okay, Coventry, not too exciting. Wolverhampton, Everton could be some good fodder there. Merseyside derby in the FA Cup final going to Liverpool. Round of 16 exit for us. Villa win the Carabao Cup. We're not going to talk about that one. Barcelona win the Champions League. Arsenal win the Europa League. I'm hoping that is us next year. And Roma win the Conference League. Somerville taking over the starting left mid spot ahead of Kudus, which I didn't have on my bingo card, but he's done pretty damn well with it. 32 goal contributions for the Dutchman. Evan Nielsen to an 84. Jared Bowen up to an 85. Hutchinson to an 86. Decent seasons all around, but Somerville out of left field, quite literally. Egan Riley to an 81. No growth for Koulourakis, disappointingly. And on the same token, Aguirre goes up to an 84. Hume doesn't get any growth. The Atletico Madrid experiment probably failed. And Dibbling just +1 growth at Newcastle. Every season I'm getting rid of players that don't fit the level of the squad anymore. Michael Forbes. I've had him on the transfer list for years. His wages were too high. Nobody accepted him, but he's walking on a free. And Fulkrug, I'm letting him walk on a free as well. Things are changing this year, fellas. I've had a good look at the squad. I've had a good look at the availabilities. I'm switching up the formation, playing into what's the best for us. And part of this decision was dictated by the availability of Icelandic wonder kid Oskarsson. Goes down in a relegated Everton side and comes back to European football with West Ham. You can only be so loyal in a rebuild of this nature. There are certain players where I said, yep, they're my guy, but then a better option comes up and not even a year later. That is what has happened right now. You get an opportunity to sign an 85 rated midfielder, you take it with both hands. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why we have signed Italian centre midfielder Samuel Ricci, bagging him from Wolverhampton, 54 mil. Mohamed Kudus wanted out of the club following the emergence of Somerville, and I'm okay with that. Cashing in on the Ghanaian midfielder as we sell him to Newcastle. And with our formation change, Leif Davis no longer needed, and neither is Aaron Wan-Bissaka. We spoke about getting a new right back in. I just decided to get rid of right backs altogether. And I'm getting rid of Edson Alvarez. He moves to North London. We're in such a weird position because we don't necessarily need Ismail Saibara, but we've got the money. We have about £150 million. We've signed him for 40 mil. It's a drop in the ocean. I could find a way to fit him in the starting 11, but regardless, I had to get him. You know what? I figured it out. More on that soon. We've got some loan moves to take care of in the meantime. Another year out on loan for Tyler Dibbling, this time to Leipzig, and CJ Egan Riley heading back to Villa Park. So this is the game plan and the formation change I've made. It's going to be a 3 at the back formation once again. I've moved Hutchinson to the left mid in the process of converting him there permanently as well. That gives Saibari an opportunity to join the starting 11. Jared Bowen up to an 86. Oskarsson up there with Evan Nielsen. Then a 3 at the back formation to fit all of our centre backs in. This could be a fascinating season. Complemented by the fact that we are in the Europa League. I'm hopeful we can get the job done either by the Premier League, if not the Europa League. But I want West Ham United playing Champions League footy in season 5. It's not ideal. 1st of January, sitting in 10th. There is still room to grow. I mean, some of the clubs above us are only 3, 6, that sort of range. But if I want to get top 4, we're going to have a phenomenal second half of the year. Very little I can do. I've gone and looked at all 3 of the relegated sides to see if any of them signed anybody decent. Wolverhampton signed a half-decent young Argentinian defender. His name is Gonzalo Blanco, 78 overall, 20 years of age. I'm bringing him in. Probably not going to eventuate it into anything for our needs, but It's worth taking the risk. For God's sakes, man. Oh, this rebuild is testing me. 12th in the Premier League. I wanted us top 4. I thought we had a team that could bloody compete for a Premier League title. We finished 12th in the Premier League. That is absolutely brutal. Who won the league? It is Liverpool. I mean, Crystal Palace are where I thought we were going to be. Crystal Palace and Leeds above us. Please tell me somebody big went down. It's Brentford, Forest, and Sheffield United. Maybe we find some good players here. What a disaster of a season. Chelsea win the FA Cup, Arsenal win the Carabao, and Liverpool win the Champions League. We finished 8th in the Europa League. This is our only hope. Not a single loss in league phase play. We automatically skip the playoffs and go to the round 16. Please, please, please tell me we've won a Europa League. We, in the round of 16, beat Nice 3-0. Quarterfinals, we beat Lazio. We are into the semi-finals where we beat Roma. We are into the Europa League final. If we beat Juventus, we are headed to the Champions League next year. We are not. Oh my God. We have lost the Europa League final. I went from in the dumps to having so much hope, and now I am fully entrenched in the dumps. Our only focus next year is going to be the Premier League, and my God, I want us winning the damn thing. And then when it comes to the Conference League, PSV win there. Evan Nielsen, I was a little worried about his distribution having Oskarsson up top with him. Oskarsson has gone up +3. Our 2 strikers get 38 goals between them. Hutchinson putting it on a string for them. Somerville coming into the starting 11. My game plan originally hasn't worked too well. I mean, Sibara was getting game time, just wasn't really doing much with it. Egan Riley up to an 83, whilst Aguerd goes down to an 83. So honestly, I'll probably put Egan Riley back into the starting 11 next year. Dean Weason's 88, that is cooked. Jared Bowen went up to an 86, but now back down to an 85, which has me a little worried. Dibbling gets no growth on his loan move at Leipzig, which is disappointing. And to end the year, I'm letting 3 players go. Lewis Orford, Patrick Kelly, and Lualzao. Thank you, Brentford. Oh, I'm very happy Brentford got relegated. They actually kind of had a stacked team, and I intend on making basically all of my signings from Brentford this year. Our defense gets stronger though. Ousmane Diomande joining us from Brentford for £50 million. It's time to say goodbye though. He's been a loyal player for us, but he's starting to decline. I want to make the money whilst I still can. Nayef Aguerd heading to Manchester City. A serious clean out will be happening this season though. Oliver Skulls off to Luton Town. Trey Hume heading to Chelsea. Gideon Kuda heading to Birmingham. And George Earthy off to West Bromwich Albion. How did Brentford get relegated with the team they have? They had Warren Zaire-Emery, the French midfielder, the wonder kid. How did they get relegated with him on their books? He's 88 rated, 23 years of age. We pay £1 million for every overall he has. Mate, unbelievable. How did they get relegated? Hermansen is growing nicely, but I think we need to just make an option for the future at goalkeeper potentially. I still think Hermansen will be the guy, but I've brought in Mathieu Apollo from Sheffield United. I'm throwing him up on the loan list, 2 overall less than Hermansen, 5 years younger. Hopefully some good growth for him. All right, here we go. We got a loan move for him. It's a year at Newcastle United for Mathieu Apollo. Hopefully comes back and gives some serious competition. I just look at this team. It is ridiculously good. I'm devastated that we're not in the Champions League this year. If we went into the Champions League with this team, we'd win the whole damn thing. We're putting all of our effort into making sure that we're playing Champions League football this next season. I want to win a Premier League title this year. This West Ham United team is freakish. But on the flip side, we haven't been consistent enough on the park, so we shouldn't be complaining. Get the job done on the park, then I can complain. Oh, this is a step in the right direction. 1st of January, good. Let's keep it going. 2nd in the Prem, come on lads. West Ham United are heading to the Champions League in Season 6. I was getting a little worried that we would never get there, but we are heading to the Prem. Man City win the league. Please. Big team. It is Ipswich, Leicester, and Burnley. We are back. Burnley's just coming up. I was going to say we're going back to square one. Ipswich, Leicester, Burnley are the 3 relegated. We have won the FA Cup. Come on, lads. We win the FA Cup with West Ham United. Beat United in the final. QPR in the semis. Spurs in the quarters. What a run. FA Cup champions. Come on now. Come on now. We have done the domestic double, winning the Carabao Cup. I'm a little disappointed we didn't win the Premier League title this year now, because that would have been a treble. Man City did win the Champions League. Celtic win the Europa League, and the Conference League goes to AC Milan. Absolutely unbelievable season. Oscarson and Evan Nilsson are like twins, bro. They just love scoring the exact same amount of goals. Hutchinson up to an 89 overall. Somerville playing right midfield now has had a great year. Jared Bowen off the bench having a blinder. And it's good to see Sabari now starting attacking midfield, absolutely dominating. Ooh, Apollo's gone up to an 84 to start in this season on loan. We will have a decision on our hands. Probably still stick with Hermansen, but Apollo's a great backup option. We will be saying goodbye, though, to Kante. Mamadou Kante, the only man leaving the club at this moment. Finally, Champions League bound in Season 6. Bring it on. The irony of this season is we have the most money that we have had this entire video, but the least amount of superstars that are going to upgrade our squad available. So I'm just going to make sure we have the most stacked depth chart in Premier League history. Also think it's a good idea to keep one eye on the future, get some young superstars in. 24-year-old Spaniard Sergio Villalba joining us from Leicester. The great Kevin Denke plays for FC Cincinnati in real life, an absolute freak of nature joining us as a backup striker. Quite literally one of the best strikers I've seen with my own two eyes. And finally, the Austrian defensive midfielder Nicholas Seewald will be joining us from Burnley. Dropping 33 mil on a backup midfielder just seems crazy. Our team is on a different planet right now. There's not too often in rebuilds where your bench could probably win a Champions League. Even your reserves, half of them could bloody stay up or compete in the Premier League. I'm so damn happy. I think I might try this strategy more often. But will this strategy work in the Champions League? No European football last year. The year before that made the Europa League final, so I'm hopeful we can get it done this year. We face Napoli in September, away at Celtic Park in October, as well as away at Fenerbahce, host Bodo Glimt, and host AEK Athens. December sees us traveling to Portugal. January we host Barcelona and finish it off hosting Benfica. That Barcelona game, far and away the toughest game we have. I'm feeling good about this year. This is good. It is English domination. 4 of the top 5 teams in the Champions League English, and we sit third. We have automatically qualified for the round of 16. Just the one loss. The most goals scored in league phase play. We are looking good. We skip the playoffs. And we're also looking pretty good in the Premier League. Second behind Newcastle. Newcastle dominating this year. First in the Prem and first in the Champions League. Okay, Roma in the round of 16. I can live with that. AS Roma. Traveling to Rome for the first leg. Let's see what we're made of, lads. The team is unbelievable. Is it unbelievable enough to beat Roma? Yes, it is. A comprehensive 3-0 victory in the first leg. Bloody brilliant first leg. 3-0 up. Let's just get that done and get to the final 8. We draw in the second leg. I'm fine with that, though. We draw in the second leg. No injuries, no suspensions, and we are through to the quarterfinals. Well, it's getting real now. We have drawn Real Madrid in the quarterfinals, right into the Lions' den. First leg at home. Just get the ball rolling. Set us up for a successful second leg. We do! Evan Nilsson gets a brace. 89th minute winner. We are 2-1 up as we head to the Bernabeu. No Oscarson for this second leg. He is suspended, so Van Aert is going to come in. Huge challenge. We hold the lead at the Bernabeu, but can we do enough to get us through to a semi-final? Yes, we do! Van Aert, the man that comes in, is going to score the goal that extends our lead. I'm feeling good, lads. We're into the semi-finals. Okay, we've got 2 French teams, 2 English teams, and they're going up against one another. We are facing Monaco in the Champions League semis. Oscarson back in. Come on, big fella. Get back to your best. First leg at home against Monaco, and it's a 2-1 victory. Zaire, Emery, and Wiesen with the goals. Hopefully, although Quaresma's only coming off the bench, so that's not too bad, but we hold the lead to take back to the municipality of Monaco. Our future is in our hands. We hold a 2-1 advantage, just like we did against Real Madrid. Let's close this one out, just like we did in the quarterfinals. A spot in the final is secured. Somerville with a brace, Evan Nilsson with a yellow card. Hopefully, he is sweet for the final, but we are headed there. West Ham United heading to a Champions League final. Probably not too surprising. It would have been nice to play Lyon, but we are facing Manchester City in an all-English Champions League final. A look around the grounds as AC Milan win the Europa League and Bilbao win the Conference League. Oh my God, bro. We finish 1 point behind Newcastle. Second place again, but at least we are back in the Champions League next year. We score 76 goals in the league this year. Absolutely unbelievable. Big game though for Man City. They finished 7th, meaning if they don't beat us tonight, they don't get Champions League football next year. And if we don't win today, God, some big teams finished low, but if we don't win today, then our targets are Wolverhampton, Norwich, and Sheffield United next year. We did add a Community Shield to our trophy cabinet though, over Man City at the start of the season. Liverpool win the FA Cup, and Brighton win the Carabao. Evan Nilsson has got 39 goals this season. Oh my God. Thank God Bournemouth got relegated so early in this video because they helped us get an absolute star. Oscarson 25 and 4 up to a 90. So many of our players are hitting the 90s, if not even close. We are a freakishly good team, man. Bring on this Champions League final. On the counter-attack. God, they've got so many players back, man. We're playing a 3 at the back. It feels like they're playing a 5 at the back. We're moving it pretty well, though. We're shifting the pill well. I see you. That's a great ball. Zay, what a great finish. Holy hell, that was great footy all around on the counter-attack. Zaire Emery gives us an early lead. I am genuinely impressed. Do not let him equalize. Yes, we read that angle very well. This 3 at the back formation has me worried against Haaland. That was a swat. That was a great swatted play. With that, Hutchinson trying to skill his way through. He's actually got past his Doyle fella right here. Just keep going. Hits in the middle. Oh, blocked. We've got the corner. Zaire Emery, the goal scorer, putting it in, looking for Weason's big-ass noggin. Get there again. Oh my God, what is that animation? Hutchinson against Nunes, doing a good job of defending him. I see that run. What's Weason doing there? The centre-back thinks he's a goddamn striker. All right, Somerville's on corner duties from now. Somerville floating that one in. Weason gets his head. Is that going to be another corner? No, it's a goal kick. Nielsen, get it back. Hit that one. I don't know who it is. It was Zaire Emery who could have made it 2-0. Bro, we look so good when we just square it in the middle, though. Being sold with the ball rolls there. Haaland, do not let them. Good block. It falls back to Haaland. Block again. Block City. No. Yes, come on. Hutchinson, I'm just trying to run this one to the corner, honestly. City's sitting off. Just go. See if we can square it now. Square it. Oh. Oh no! How is that not 2-0? What the hell has just happened? But that is 2-0. Zaire Emery, an unconventional finish in what has been a weird-ass game. Zaire Emery has a brace, and that is surely a Champions League for West Ham. Keep the clean sheet at least. Don't let them get anything in this one. Get a block, yes. Just clear it, Diamande. I'm pressing square. Blow that whistle, referee. Come on now. Crown us European champions. There we go. What a ridiculous final that was. And what a ridiculous rebuild this has been. Being able to only use players from relegated sides has helped us create one of the most insane teams in history. Soak it in, West Ham fans, because you have officially been crowned champions of Europe. Lads, if you enjoyed today's rebuild, make sure you click here to subscribe and click here to check out another video.